Good afternoon, guys. I know I'm getting a late start because, well, I've been doing some shopping. Got pretty much everything I need. I'm hoping to get this motor put together and running. And this is the one that originally came out of this guy. And the blue Buggy there. And it had a bad cylinder. And so I went to my favorite VW restoration business here in town, Chirco Performance, and well, they're kind enough to donate a whole set of jugs. Even though I need one, I'm just gonna put one on, but you know, then I got some extras. Got the new clutch put on there, reservoir for the brake master cylinder, because as I showed you in the video yesterday, I have no reservoir. And then got the new hydraulic brake line that goes all the way to the back because that one was missing. And yeah, I'm real excited to get started here. Got this whole new clutch assembly here. Got the disc, pressure plate, comes with a centering tool, throwout bearing, everything you need to put the clutch together. And then I got my tri-mill exhaust I can put on it. This was the generator and shroud that came on it. I used to have this the progressive Weber set up on Rallybug, and frankly I don't know why I ever took it off, because tuning this thing has been one pain in the butt ever since I put this guy on there. I like the look of that, but it only runs good half the time. Never made it through emissions. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I want to get like a fuel injection system there, so then I can tune it maybe with my phone instead of screwdrivers. I don't know. I'm kind of old. I don't know if I can learn all that or not. Anyway, I took the hubs off, or the drums off this morning, and besides being totally filthy, I think there's some life left in these guys. Now if you notice, those springs, the retainer springs, are missing on that side. So I pulled the drum off. They're there on that, but so that's all good. When I pulled the drum off, well, this is what fell out. So yeah. So I got me some new well, actually, from doing the front spindles and disc brake setup on Black Betty there, we have the whole front end brake assemblies over there on the shelf. So I know I got some springs and retainers there that will replace these. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to play around a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this new piston and jug on this. You can see here this piston shot. And these heads, we're going to pull the valves out. And I got to run over to the hardware store to get some Dremel attachments for my Dremel tool. They got neat little like wire brushes that I can get up in there and clean these ports out. You see, I mean, this was bad. Look down in there, just water sitting in there, and you get all the calcium buildup. But I don't know if you remember, on that old 40 horse, I had to do the same thing. Clean them up, relap the valves, and those cylinders held compression. So I'm not too worried about this one either once I get them cleaned up. You can tell that's the cylinder, obviously, that was here. I mean, my God, that thing was filled to the rim with water. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get busy here. I'm gonna put this jug on, and I'm gonna take those apart, and then by then it'll be about 150 degrees here in Tucson, and I'll be calling it quits. But I'm ready to really put some work in this thing tomorrow. I'll get up early like I always do, and you know, get to work before it gets too hot and get some work done. I still have a goal. I'm going to be driving this thing by the weekend. We'll see. Oh, gas tank. If you guys remember from yesterday's video, this gas tank, I tell you, I just ended up throwing it in the garbage. And I ordered a new one. That's supposed to be here by the end of the week also. But yeah, it was obviously originally a metal tank that someone tried to do a repair job with fiberglass or something. You know, come on guys. So anyways, I got a new gas tank coming. So I'm just gonna hook up an electric fuel pump, and so we'll have a good well-built motor here after I get done working on it, and fuel going to it. I got a distributor over there somewhere. Yeah, excited to get this going. We'll have this this buggy ripping here in no time. So we'll see in a bit. I'll bring you back later on today after I get these heads apart so we can take a look at this, see what kind of condition these are in. But that'll be it for today. Tomorrow's going to be the big day on this, so we'll see you in a bit. All right guys, well that's it for today. It must be 150 degrees out here. What I did get done though, I switched out all the cylinders, all new pistons in there. Not new, but these things were pristine. I mean, the crosshatch was still like really good. The pistons look brand new. So I don't know what the story was, but I sure want to thank Chirico Automotive, chirico.com, for giving those to me, because they were in much better shape than these. I had forgotten that actually one of these looked like someone took a hammer to it. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So that's a piston that was actually in one of the quote good cylinders. So to have all four new is a good thing. Now these heads, I got the valves taken out, and you know, usually I just clean them up and see what I can do. But yeah, this one exhaust valve, let's just, as you can see, that guide is shot. So I do have another set of heads that I'll be taking apart in the morning, and hopefully they're in much better shape than these. These I'll go ahead and clean up and put some new valve guides in there for the next job. So I'm not going to use them on this motor. So tomorrow's the big day. I'm going to get up early. I got plenty of materials here, plenty of parts to keep me busy for a while. Go ahead and get that motor in there. It'd be nice to hear this motor start up tomorrow. Kind of doubt it, but I'll get it in there, and we'll see some rotation out of it, because I got a starter motor that is now in that sand buggy. But pull that out, put it in the blue car, and get some action on this motor. I don't know, I might get it all together in the morning. I got to work on the brakes also, so we'll see. Well, within the next couple of days, we're going to have a running motor and maybe a stopping vehicle. What is it? Today is Tuesday, so yeah. All right, I got 3 days left to work to get this thing to be a running vehicle. We'll see if I can do it. All right, we'll see you guys. Hey, good morning guys. Back on the motor here. So yesterday, like I said, I did get the new cylinders on there. Pretty pristine stuff for being used, and so I'm real happy to get that. Took these heads apart, and well, as we can see, these two exhaust ports here, the guides are like, and if you look at them, they're like missing the guides or something. I don't know. That's just, I mean, what's going on there? See here, these guides on this head were nice and tight, but these here, I mean, they are like missing a portion of the guide or something. This is crazy. So anyways, I'm not going to deal with these heads on this project. I got another set of heads here that I'm going to get cleaned up go ahead and relap the valves and be using these. But as you can see, we got broken studs on this set of heads. One side's good, this side, both of these studs are bad. And then also, this is where the tins get bolted down, and those were broken off. So I don't know on this one. Yeah. So out of the 4 screws to hold tins down, 3 of them have broken off studs. So I'm gonna have fun with that. I'll drill them out and see if I can heat them up and you know, get them to back out of there with an easy out tool. But first thing I'm going to start doing is go ahead and I'm going to pull these valves out and get a look at these guides, because if those guides are as bad as these 2 exhausts here, ay. I got another set of heads, but those are good heads. I don't want to I mean like real good heads. They've been worked. So anyways, I'm gonna get busy doing this, and you know, I'll bring you back when I have a verdict on these. Hopefully we can use these and get this motor together and get that little buggy over there driving. I'll be back in a little bit. Well guys, I got the valves out. All the guides look good. Valves are riding, going in and out nice and tight, so I'm not worried about them. These ports are a mess though. So I got me a little set of Dremel wire brushes there. Got this for my 7-inch bench grinder, so we can clean up these valves, because the valves, you know, they need cleaning. And bought a couple of real small drill bits, because I do have to deal with these studs. These broken off studs, I tell you what, they're gonna be a pain in the butt. But I'm gonna get let's see where these are. Here. Okay, see, that one's good, that one's got to come out. So I'm gonna deal with that issue right now, and then we ordered a new hose for our pressure washer. So it's supposed to show up today. I don't know if you guys watched the video when I was power washing the new buggy project, and had a little explosion there. It's kind of exciting to watch. But anyways guys, I'm going to keep on plugging away at these heads. I want to get these heads all ready to go on this motor today. So yeah, back to work. I'll be back in a little bit. So yes, it did get to this. Drilling and tapping. This guy here, this is going to be fun, because I got one of them easy out things broken off into that one. Yeah. So let's see what happens here with this. I ran this tap all the way in there. It's aluminum, so you don't want to have any kind of wobbling. Keep that die as straight as possible. I'm real gentle when I'm working with aluminum. All right, let's have a look. Oh boy. Those are some awfully good looking threads. All right. Well, I wish I would have just done that originally instead of this. Anyways, I'm gonna try to knock that out of there. You can't drill them out because that, you know, the metal they use for those easy outs is really hard stuff. So let's see what I can do with that. Bring you guys back. As far as these guys at the top, I drilled them, but then it wobbled a little bit, you know, being aluminum. So I'm just going to use self-tapping screws when I mount the 10s. That's not near as critical and not near as much force on those 10s as the exhaust. So, but yeah, that sure is pretty. All right, I'm gonna get to work on this other one. Well, guys, I tell you, that one got ugly. I was using a drill to try to whittle around this. Well, let me show you what it was. That right there is the end of an easy out, and that was stuck in the bolt. Now you can see how I was trying to whittle around there with a drill, and at one point my drill slipped and ouch, I caught a sharp edge of the head somewhere, and it took a nice little chunk out of my finger there. But the good news is we got that son of a bitch out of there. So now I can drill and tap that, and this surface right along that edge there, I mean, that's still good there. I don't have, my heliarcher is not an AC unit, so I can't even do aluminum. So I get a good little bite with some threads like I did over here. Get that over there, and I should be good. Like I said, this surface right along there, that's where the pressure is, so that'll be good. But oh yeah, what a pain. And yeah, my finger hurts. So anyways, I'm gonna get some threads cut, and then I'll be to cleaning and lapping these heads. I had to get these busted off studs taken care of. So anyways, back to work. The lesson learned is when you have a broken off stud in one of these aluminum heads, just go ahead and drill it and tap it. Don't even mess around with these damn extractors, because I tell you what, pulling that thing out did some damage here to the head, and well, my finger too. It's not as bad as it felt when I initially did it, but it definitely took a couple of layers off there. What I'm going to end up having to do here, I mean, I got some threads cut in there, and I can run a stud in there and it'll grab a little bit, but I'm going to end up, I could throw a nut on the back side there, so back it with a nut, and I'll be able to get some force down onto this flange and seal that up. Like I said, I didn't break that that area there, but that sure made a mess. I think I'm gonna have to make the investment into an AC TIG unit, and then I could just fill that up and re-drill it and tap it, and that could be done in the future. But yeah, I still got a goal. I'm gonna be driving this thing by this weekend. For the rest of the day, I'm gonna clean this mess up. We got a mess here, and the hose for the power washer still hasn't showed up, so it's supposed to show up today. So in the morning I'll be able to clean these heads, lap them, install them. We got a new battery yesterday for the buggy here, but I'm gonna have to do a little cutting here on this fiberglass, because yeah, just a little bit there has to get trimmed. So I'll get that done, get the battery in there, got the starter motor, stab the motor, and yeah, let's start this up and get this thing driving. So I got 2 more days, and oh yeah, these heads took too long to deal with these broken studs, but you know, we'll get it done. We got a goal, we're gonna make that goal. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna clean up this mess and be ready for tomorrow's day of production. So we'll see you. Well, good morning, guys. I tell you, it's been a messy morning. We got the new hose for the power washer, and I've been cleaning up these heads. And oh, I tell you, between power washing it and having it blast back in my face, and then I like to take these Dremel tools and get a little wire wheel there, and go ahead and get on down into these ports and clean up all that I can down in there. And so now I'm getting ready to lap the valves. I just came back from O'Reilly and got new suction cup things because these they're broken and they don't even turn the valve. So and I'm looking at these seats, and I gotta tell you, these seats, they all look pretty darn good until I get to one. And that's over here. This one cylinder here was the one that was had some water in it. And that one there, I hope I can clean that up. But the other ones, they look fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and lap these valves and see how nice I can make these seats, make everything fit nice and tight so we got good compression, and then get this motor put together. Yeah, once these heads are done, then I can assemble it. But it's always funny how, you know, the heads always end up being the most work when you're rebuilding these motors. They get messy, you got to clean them, but I mean, they're important, you know. That's where the valves are, the ports, all that, you know. Gas is in, gas is out. It's all through the head. So, of course, you got to have good cylinders and rings, but the heads, they're a big part. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get to work. Yeah. All right, guys, I got one of these heads back together after doing the lapping, and I'll tell you what, getting them damn retainers in there is a real pain in the butt, and I think one of the problems might be this is magnetized, so I like try to get it in there, and this picks it up. But anyways, this head is back together and about ready to throw on that motor. This one here, you can see after doing the lapping how nice and shiny those seats are. The valve's got a mating side to them that's nice and cleaned up there. So yeah, we should have some good seating going on. That one I didn't clean the grinding stuff off it yet. So. But yeah, I'm gonna have these heads on this motor here pretty quick, and I want to get the intake on, shroud on there, then I can put it in the back of that thing. Got to put the clutch on. I'm wondering whether I'm going to go through, you know, I always get lazy and not do the pilot bearing. They got a tool over there at O'Reilly to pull that out, but yeah, I'll probably go and get that, pull that out of there. That pilot bearing looks a little rough. I got a brand new one, so we'll do that. Like I said, these kits here come with everything brand new, so there you go. That's the new pilot bearing. So I'll run back over there, get that, and but first let's get this motor put together, install this next series of valves here, and yeah, get the heads on there, shroud, intake. It's coming along. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, well, I tell you, this is a beautiful sight. Got the heads on. They're all rebuilt and they're on. This was a nightmare yesterday, I tell you. I broke off an extractor inside the stud, and I had to dig that out. But I think I said yesterday how I'm gonna handle that. I'm gonna put a nut behind there and torque it all down. It should be okay. The surface here where it seals, that's gonna be okay. You know, eventually I'll have a, well, I was actually looking on the internet last night about some aluminum brazing rod, and whether I can actually repair that with that. But for now, let's get this thing going, and I'll probably end up, well, I know I'm gonna rebuild these heads, except these I'm gonna knock out the guides, and because they have some real bad guides in there. So I'll knock them out, put new guides in there, and see what I can do with those heads. Those heads might eventually go back on here. I got a friend that does really good porting work, and so I'm gonna actually give him a couple of sets of heads to do some porting, and these heads I think will eventually come off of this one. So anyways, it is lunchtime. I'm gonna go have a sandwich, then I'll come out here, I'll torque those heads on there, put the rocker arms on there. Yeah, let's get this darn motor done and installed in that beautiful, it's way over there, that blue beach buggy. Well guys, I'll tell you, it's moving along now. It's just like putting a puzzle together. Let's see. I'm hoping this distributor works. This is the one that came off it. And there's a coil around here somewhere. Right there. And I'm hoping that works. I do got to go back to Chirco, hopefully tomorrow, to pick up the gas tank. So anything I need, I want to know whether I need it or not. But yeah, went ahead and I turned it. The valves are opening and closing, so that's all good. Everything's torqued down. I got this progressive carburetor put on top here. That should go right about like there. So yeah, this thing, I'm anticipating being able to start this thing up tomorrow. No reason not to. Exciting, exciting. Well guys, that's it for the day. It's getting hot out here. I'm tired. I'll worry about cleaning up in the morning. But look at this beautiful motor. It's pretty well assembled. I got some finishing touches to do. I gotta still put some nuts on them intake castings there, and I'm gonna run to Chirco tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get a new distributor. I'm not sure if this one's working or not, so why mess with it? The old cable, or the old coil there. I mean, yeah, let's just get a new coil. This generator, if this doesn't work, I got another one, so I'm not going to mess with that. I want to get a block off plate for the fuel pump, because I'm going to be running electric. And I do got some pretty cool linkages to hook up the throttle there. Now these two terminals right here, that's a little disturbing. I might end up having to turn that generator 90 degrees or so. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So I'll probably pull the shroud back off, undo those screws, and just turn that generator a little bit, get that away from the carburetor. But yeah, I tell you what, it's been some work. What did we do today? We rebuilt the heads and assembled the motor. So yeah, but it's hot, I'm tired, that's it. We'll see you guys in the morning, and we're gonna hear this thing run tomorrow. Yep, over to life. Well guys, got the motor running. Sounds pretty good, needs a little tuning. This carburetor, I just without rebuilding it, I just took it off the shelf that it had been on for a couple years and threw it on there. So I know it needs a little bit of cleaning, but before this thing is roadworthy, we got a little problem here. Obviously, with all that gear oil going into the brakes, you know, it's not going to stop too well. So I got a new seal kit to put on there. The brakes still need to be bled. I know it's pumping because I can see the wheel cylinders here. I see them moving, but in the back I'm not getting anything, so I still need to bleed them. But I tell you what, it's getting closer. I had to get a new gas tank, as you saw in previous videos, maybe earlier in this one. This thing, the old one I just threw away because it's like somebody did a repair job with fiberglass on the bottom. But what has to happen here is I got to cut this neck off here, cap that, and then re-weld it here. So it comes out of the center of the front hood there. See this here? That's where it came out, and so I got to change that neck so it comes through there. No big deal, but I'm gonna do that before I put in gasoline in there. So anyways, we are on the way to this thing being running. I wanted to drive it this weekend, but the more I dug into it, the more work had to be done, and it took a little bit of work to get that motor running. I actually had to take the coil and the distributor off a rally bug, put it onto here, because my parts place here didn't have a distributor, and this one here, the one that I had for it, so you can see it's all rusted in there. I was getting juice to the spark plugs there. I mean, it shocked the hell out of me when I was playing with those points, but I couldn't do any adjusting because the screw that screw right there that secures the points, allows you to adjust them, wouldn't come loose. I wasn't getting any spark until I did switch things from rally bug to the buggy. So I think the distributor's going to be here tomorrow, and I did get a new coil already. They had a coil. So anyways, a little bit more parts, a little bit more work, and this thing will be running. But I tell you what, that motor screaming like it is, or delay, man, this thing is gonna be a ripper. And the old red one, that was just a 40 horse. This thing's dual port 1600 here, so it's gonna run good with this progressive carburetor, this tri-mill exhaust. This thing's gonna be a screamer. So anyways, stay tuned, future videos. I'm gonna be working more this week on this thing, and I'm gonna set my goal back a week. Next weekend we'll be driving this thing. All right, so everyone have a wonderful day, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.